Hi, and welcome to the first lesson overview for American Sign Language. In this lesson, we will discuss some facts and misconceptions about American Sign Language, or ASL as we like to call it. You're probably new to language and might have heard about some myths and would like to know about the facts about ASL. This lesson will provide you with the facts and eliminate any doubts that you might have about ASL, and it will provide you on some insight. This lesson is important to know because everyone seeks to be understood. Welcome to the class. Today's agenda will be to discuss several scenarios that discuss the truth and misconceptions of American Sign Language. Let's take a look at the myths. Let's start with the first one. Sign language is not a real language. The fact is, sign languages like American Sign Language are just as complex and sophisticated spoken languages, just like spoken English. ASL is a natural language with its own grammatical structures, idioms, allusions, and wordplay. It's actually ranked fourth as the most popular language studied. Second myth, there's only one universal language. Again, not so. It's called American Sign Language for a reason. Sign language is like any other language in the sense that it is different in most countries and even regions. According to Odyssey, most countries have their own unique set of signs based on their own spoken languages. Next one. Hearing impaired people can read lips. Not always. Some do. The fact is, some do and some do not. It can be difficult for anyone to read lips, regardless of impairment. Outpost writes that studies show that only about 30 to 45% of the English language can be understood through its lip reading alone. That's a small percentage. The next myth we have here is writing notes is an effective way to communicate. Fact is, ASL and English are different languages. ASL has no written form, meaning it might not follow the subject, grammar, syntax, and other written forms of English. Those who know ASL, can have trouble translating it. Next myth, ASL hurts kids' ability to speak. Fact is, ASL does not hurt your ability to speak. Research has shown that signing helps with speech development. Kids can also read and write better. Teach them to sign, add in speaking, and see them flourish with the language. Next myth, ASL hurts auditory brain tissue. Fact is, research says one part of the brain is used to understand the language, and that portion really doesn't care that it's signed or visual. It only matters that the brain be given language. So in this case, let's learn ASL. Next set of myths. Deaf kids graduate with a 4th grade reading level. The fact is, this study was based off of high school SAT scores in the year 2000. The SAT is not a good form of measurement. The kids who took this were born in 1988, which means they probably weren't scanned at birth. The earliest detection was delayed, and that meant years of language acquisition. This can't be applied to today's children. They are now detected at 95% at birth. Next myth. Deaf people can't talk to each other over the phone. Well, the fact is, there are several ways deaf people can talk to each other. They can use TTY, which stands for text telephone, which allows the deaf to type messages instead of talking, and VRS stands for video relay services to enable the deaf to sign to a monitor, so they can talk over the phone. Next myth, hearing aids can restore all hearing. Now, as much as I'd like that to be true, it's actually not true. The fact is, while hearing aids can help improve someone's hearing and listening abilities, hearing cannot restore normal hearing. It's just not a cure. Next set of myths. Many deaf people can't enjoy music or create music. Let's look at the fact. Many deaf people enjoy music through vibrations, beats, and rhythmic ASL interpretations of song lyrics. Many hearing impaired composers such as Beethoven, Sinatra, and Glennie created music. Now, we can all create music. Next myth, all deafness is the same. Deafness is a spectrum. Having loss can range from mild, moderate, severe to profound. It can occur in one ear or both ears, and it can also develop in someone's life a lot later. It can get worse over time or stay the same. So in reality, all deafness is not the same. And the last myth we're going to talk about here is all deaf people sign and cannot speak. The fact is, many can't speak and do not sign. Some people become deaf later in life. Many deaf children have speech therapy. In general, being deaf doesn't necessarily mean a person can sign and someone can speak to some content. Now, I also want to let you know, I want to welcome you to learning a new language. Keep in mind not to be overwhelmed with the information handed to you. Now, once you're done learning about the myths and facts, let's go ahead and proceed with assignment 1.